Portuguese power in India. So the new European powers started to come in India. So the first one was the Portuguese power, which established their power in India. So we'll study about the Portuguese in India. Then the Albuquerque, he was the governor of the Portuguese. Then Portuguese possessions in India. Then the decline of Portuguese power in India. So how did the Portuguese come in India? So Portuguese traveler Vasco da Gama reached the port of Calicut on 17th May 1498, and he was warmly received by Zamorin, the ruler of Calicut. Now this is very important. This was a question in previous year's exam. Who received Vasco da Gama, and where did Vasco da Gama land? So remember this, he landed in Calicut. So a lot of students confuse that he landed in Goa. No, he landed in Calicut, and he was received by the ruler of Calicut, Zamorin, and he returned to Portugal in the next year. So is the image where the Portuguese traveler Vasco da Gama landed, and he was received by the Zamorin, the ruler of Calicut. So Pedro Alvarez Cabral, he was the next man, arrived in 1500, and Vasco da Gama also made a second trip in 1502. Now they established trading stations at Calicut, Kannur and Cochin. So they established three trading stations: Calicut, Kannur and Cochin initially. Okay, so the first governor of Portuguese in India was Francis de Almeida. So this is very important from our exam point of view. Which was the first governor? Which was the first Portuguese governor in India? Who was the first Portuguese governor in India? That was Francis de Almeida. The image, okay. And the next was Albuquerque. So in later 1509, Albuquerque was made the governor of the Portuguese territories in India, and Albuquerque was responsible for the Portuguese expansion in India. So in 1510, he captured Goa from the ruler of Bijapur. So remember this, Albuquerque was the next governor, and he was responsible for the expansion of Portuguese rule in India. So thereafter Goa became the capital of Portuguese settlements in India. So now also we can see a lot of Portuguese remnants in Goa, lot of Portuguese architecture and settlements which were there. We can still see the survival of the remnants in Goa. So Albuquerque captured Malacca and Ceylon. The Ceylon means Sri Lanka, present day Sri Lanka. Remember this. Okay, so Albuquerque captured Malacca and Ceylon, and he also built a fort at Calicut. So Albuquerque was an important governor of Portuguese. So is the image of Albuquerque. Albuquerque encouraged his countrymen to marry Indian women, and Albuquerque died in 1515, leaving the Portuguese as the strongest naval power in India. So remember this, Portuguese were very important for their naval power. They were known at that time for their naval power, and they had a strong naval power, and on the basis of the strong naval power, they were able to rule and capture new places in India and around the Indian Ocean. So the successors of Albuquerque established Portuguese settlements at Daman, Celeste, Bombay. So this is the Celeste. It is a small island near Maharashtra. Okay, so Daman, you know the Union Territory. Now it is Union Territory. Daman, Celeste, Bombay on the west coast. Okay, and the Santhom near Madras and Hooghly in Bengal on the east coast. So remember this centers of power of Portuguese. So Daman, Celeste Island and Bombay on west. You should remember this, which was the center of power of Portuguese on west and which was the center of power on the east. So these three, Daman, Celeste and Bombay, this was in the west, and Santhom near Madras and Hooghly in Bengal, these were in the east coast. So remember, east and west, the central of centers of power. So however, the Portuguese power declined in India by the end of 16th century, and they lost all their possessions in India except Goa, Daman and Diu in the next century. And what was the reason for the loss of their power in India? And the reason was simple, that is English expansion. So due to the Britishers, the East India Company of England, okay, the English East India Company, they lost all their possessions in India and they were limited only up to Goa, Daman and Diu. So only three centers remained with the Portuguese. So here you can see in the late century, the late 16th and 17th century, the new centers of power of Europeans started to emerge on the east and west coast of India. So here you can see Surat, here is Goa, here is Surat, then here is Goa. So here you can see the Bengal, Madras. So new centers of power started to emerge in India. So in this way, Portuguese rule emerged and declined quickly, and they were only limited to Goa, Daman and Diu. And let me tell you one thing, that the Portuguese were the first to come and last to leave. Okay, so first to come and last to leave, that means Portuguese were the first to come in India and they were the last to leave India. So we see that Portuguese started to rule in India and they established small centers of power in India, and these were the last to leave in India, that is the last position of India, that is Goa, the last Portuguese position in India, that is Goa, was vacated in the 1960s actually. So after the British left, then after one decade, after 1 or 2 decades, this Portuguese left India, that is in 1960s. So thank you for watching this lesson. In our next lesson, we are going to study about the English power in India, the English East India Company. Okay, so stay.